We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our opinion about what happens to us. The wise man is he who does not grieve for the things he does not have, but rejoices for those he has. Never say of anything, "I have lost it, but I have returned it." If you cannot find any other merit in me, at least praise my self-control. Happiness lies in virtue, and not in the pleasures of the body or in wealth. In the midst of difficulties lies opportunity. The man who is prepared for all dangers has already overcome them all. Do not expect events to happen as you wish, rather, wish them to happen as they do, and your life will go smoothly. Life is a constant struggle against oneself. Life is very simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The wise man never says all he thinks, but always thinks all he says. Be rough with vice and tender with the person. He who fears suffering is already suffering from what he fears. Time is the best antidote for our pains and passions. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. To learn without reflecting is a waste of energy. Happiness depends upon ourselves. You cannot control all circumstances, but you can control your response to them. Virtue consists of avoiding extremes and finding the mean. Do not complain about snow on your neighbor's roof when it also covers the threshold of your own door. The greatest victory is victory over oneself. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Desire is the cause of suffering. The man who has begun to live more seriously within begins to live more simply without. There is no favorable wind for the sailor who does not know to which port he is bound. There is nothing noble in being superior to another. True nobility is being superior to your former self. What destroys strong people is not failure, it's carrying the weight of success. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. The wise man speaks not all that he knows, and the foolish man knows not all that he speaks. Don't worry about failures, worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. The key to immortality is to live a life worth remembering. If you seek peace, first find the war within yourself. Death smiles at us all, but the man who has lived well, smiles back. Life is too short to worry about what others say about you. Virtue is the only true good, and happiness is freedom of the soul from domination by superstition. The wise man is not exempt from the pains of life, but is able to endure them. Wisdom is to understand the smallness of life, but to have the courage to face its challenges with grace. The only way to find true happiness is to learn to control your mind. Do not allow the behavior of others to destroy your inner peace. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love others. True freedom is the ability to live in accordance with the dictates of your own conscience. Greatness of man does not consist in wealth or strength, but in character and wisdom. Be patient and have faith in yourself, life will open up to you in its entirety. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet.